All right, let's dive into this. Mini Mountain Farm Sanctuary. You ready for this?
Oh, absolutely. I'm fascinated by these places where rescued farm animals, get to live out their days peacefully.
And this one seems really special. Like, their website is amazing. Each resident has a whole backstory.
Yeah, it's remarkable the care they put into telling each animal's journey.
I know. It's like they're not just, names on a list. They're individuals, like Stone and Copper. Those chicks remember them.
Oh, yeah, one of the heartwarming pairs that stood out. Just imagine, Copper arrives with this, terrible leg infection, and they brought in Stone as a companion. Can you believe it?
Seriously, like to help her through it.
Exactly,
Aw, that's so sweet. So chicks can be good nurses.
apparently. And it worked. They're both thriving now.
That's amazing. It shows you the care, they go above and beyond. It's not just food and shelter at Mini Mountain Farm. It's like emotional support too.
They really understand animals, I think. It's more than just rescuing them, it's giving them the best life possible.
Totally. Okay, what about Knox and Bullseye? Barn cats in training? What does that even mean?
Right. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Part of the sanctuary's working animal team, actually. Rescued from another shelter where they were isolated for, a year.
Oh no. A year. No social interaction.
It's tough to think about.
Yeah. So, what do barn cats do? Like a real job?
They do. Deter unwanted critters, mice and stuff, from the feed and hay. Keeps the sanctuary running smoothly.
Makes sense. Mini Mountain is a nonprofit, right?
501c3, yep. Rely on donations, so Knox and Bullseye are actually saving them money and resources.
Wow. So they're not just cute faces, they're contributing members. I saw they have a Patreon you can sponsor a resident.
Oh, definitely. A great way to support them, get to know the animals.
I wonder if Knox and Bullseye have any sponsors.
I'm sure they do. Okay, ready for a story that tugged at my heartstrings. Mavis and Midge.
Oh, yes, those playful piglets. The hoarding situation.
That's them. And it was awful. Over 100 animals. It's a miracle. Mavis and Midge are so playful and full of life now.
Like they knew they were finally safe. From those conditions to just like being piglets, it gives you hope.
It does. Reminds you there's so many animals who need help. There's one resident whose story, stays with me, even though she's not with us anymore.
Lux.
Yeah. Her short life. She had a split leg. Makes it hard for chicks to walk. The sanctuary did everything, but...
Oh, that's so sad. Even with all the love, not every story has a happy ending.
True. But it shows how dedicated they are at Mini Mountain Farm. They fight for each animal. And so many are thriving because of that.
Like Sonny, one of the 3 old men. Rescued from neglect, he has burn scars. Makes you wonder what he went through.
Right. And then there's Copper, the chick with the leg infection. They actually did on-farm x-rays for her. Can you believe that?
Wait, x-ray equipment at the sanctuary?
Yep. Most places have to transport animals. Stressful and expensive. On-site, they can respond quickly, provide better care.
That's impressive. They go above and beyond. What else surprised you?
Well, Giorgio, the piglet, his uncles, Gus and Benai, are also at the sanctuary.
Seriously, what are the odds? Like a family reunion? Makes you think about how they all ended up there. Meant to be.
And Bingo. Lifelong medication, past injury, but she gets a sweet potato with her meds every morning.
Stop, that's too cute. Turning something potentially scary into something positive.
Exactly. Individual needs,
Yeah.
And it's not just the pigs and chicks. Figaro and Newton, another barn cat duo.
Oh, right. Like Knox and Bullseye, they're vital to the sanctuary, all part of a team.
It's all connected, you see. Every animal, every task contributes to the care and sanctuary. It's really amazing how they emphasize those connections at Mini Mountain Farm.
Yeah, it's like like a well-oiled machine,
Yeah.
but with lots of hay and cuddles.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But it make you think, right? So many of these animals, they came from places where they were treated like objects.
Commodities, yeah.
Commodities, not feeling beings.
Yeah, like Odie, rescued from auction, almost went to slaughter.
Oh, I know. I can't even imagine.
Except fear.
Yeah. And his story, I think, is so powerful because it shows you how widespread that thinking is,
Yeah.
Like chicks being sold at feed stores, not like Stone and Copper, but just products.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough reality to think about.
It is, but Mini Mountain Farm is showing us it doesn't have to be that way.
Right, with the respect and the care.
And that respect goes beyond the physical, it's the social needs too.
Like Knox and Bullseye, isolated for so long.
Exactly. They recognize those bonds are important.
So vital, yeah. Makes me think of Bess and Bingo, the pig, the mother-daughter duo.
Oh, from the factory farm.
Can you imagine?
It's heartbreaking, especially thinking of Bess being used for breeding, Probably saw so many of her piglets just disappear.
Oh, it's just, and now they get to like live out their days together.
Safe and
So
safe.
bound, and
It's really the transformative power of these sanctuaries.
it is. It makes you think about the bigger picture, ethically.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if Mini Mountain Farm can do this, what does that say about everything else that's going on?
So much to think about, but there's also so much joy on this website.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Massimo and Guglielmo, the Kunekune pigs,
Oh, I love them.
Googy Moe.
I know, right? And it's not just a cute name. They have these distinct personalities.
They do.
Massimo, total cuddle bug. And Guglielmo, well, he's the more dominant one, but he loves a good head scratch.
It just melts your heart.
It does.
Like after everything they've been through, they still have so much love.
Resilience,
Yeah.
and forgiveness.
Yeah.
They don't hold on to the past. There's another story, actually, that shows that second chance idea.
Oh, are you thinking of Sonny again?
Sonny's a great example, but I was thinking about Murphy, the rabbit.
Oh, okay.
He had never felt grass under his paws until he got to the sanctuary.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is,
Well,
It makes you appreciate those little things.
you know.
For the first time. Exactly. That safe environment, that enriching environment.
Yeah, looking back at all these stories, it makes me wonder, like, where do we fit in? What can we do?
As listeners, that's a great question, and I think the sanctuary kind of answers that,
Yeah.
The Patreon, remember? Sponsoring a resident. That's a tangible way to contribute.
It is, even a small amount monthly, It provides food, shelter, medical care,
Right.
and you get updates. It's like your little pen pal.
And it's not just about the money, it's awareness.
Yeah.
Talking to people, sharing the stories, advocating for animals in our communities. It all makes a difference.
It's a ripple effect.
It is.
I think that's the key takeaway. We can all play a role,
Big or small.
Compassion, making a difference.
Exactly. It's recognizing that these individual stories, they're not isolated.
Right, they're part of
It's systemic.
a bigger system, yeah.
Exactly.
There are still some residents we haven't talked about. What about Benedict and Gustavo?
The Pig brothers. Oh, there's something else. Benedict. He's the talker. You can imagine those sounds echoing through the barn.
I love it.
And Gustavo, much more laid back, happy to nap in the sun.
It's great they have each other, even with their differences.
It highlights that social interaction,
Yeah.
especially for animals who have been through so much.
Trauma, isolation.
Exactly. And it brings us back to what Mini Mountain Farm is all about, giving back what was taken. Right? That sense of safety, belonging, just being themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's what makes these stories so powerful. They remind us that compassion, it's not just a feeling.
Right.
It's action, It's choosing to see them as individuals,
Absolutely.
deserving love and respect.
And Mini Mountain Farm is such a great example of that.
Yeah.
Their website talks about the staff, the volunteers. Imagine the dedication to care for all these animals day after day.
It's incredible, isn't it? All the people behind the scenes,
Yeah.
making sure everyone's taken care of.
And it's more than just routines. They're advocating, educating.
Constantly, yeah.
It's like they're building a bridge, between us and the animals.
Helping us see things differently.
And it's working. They've built this amazing community of supporters.
You can feel it on the website, that community.
Absolutely.
And you can tell they rely on donations, volunteers.
They do. Which brings us back to you, dear listener.
Oh, yeah.
What will you take away from all this? These stories of resilience, second chances.
What will you do? Maybe you'll visit their website, maybe sponsor a resident
Yeah, or even just start a conversation
with a friend.
about animals.
How we can all be more mindful.
Remember, even small acts of kindness, they matter.
They really do.
Sharing these stories, learning about animal welfare,
Supporting your local shelter.
it all adds up.
Mini Mountain Farm has shown us it's possible, this different way of being with animals.
Compassion, respect, understanding.
That's the key.
Maybe that's the most important thing. Hope
Oh,
for a world where sanctuaries aren't even needed,
wow.
where every animal is treated with dignity.
What a thought to end on.
It is, isn't it?
Thank you for joining us on this journey to Mini Mountain Farm Sanctuary.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep those hearts open.